Hey everyone, my name is Codi Chen, and on this channel I talk about immersing yourself in writing. If you are a writer, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what topics you want to chat about. I own a writing company called Heartworks Writing, and we do copywriting, editing, ghostwriting, book writing, content coaching, book coaching, all of your writing needs. We work with individuals, businesses, and nonprofits. And you can check out our website at www.heartworksw.com and me on social at Codi Elizabeth, as well as at Heartworks Writing. This season, we are talking all about yes, the season of yes, getting into it, loving what you are doing. And on this channel, of course, we talk about writing. So what are some awesome things that you are working on? I would love to hear what your personal projects are in the comments below, and definitely give this video a like and subscribe, please. Today, I want to talk about what happens when you have more ideas than you do time. I know that after coaching a bunch of clients and having different group writing sessions, this is really a thing that people talk about is, I have so many ideas, or I'm halfway through my book and I already have 7 different ideas for a bunch of other books, and I get really excited about those and want to start them. And I'm kind of at this place in the book I'm working on now where maybe it's a little boring, I'm a little stuck, I've got a little writer's block, I'm not as excited or as inspired as I have been up until this point. And so now this other project looks really nice and enticing. But if you drop what you're doing now, it's going to happen again and again and again, most likely, right? If you are hating what you are doing and you are really struggling and it just brings you nothing but distress, okay, forget it, right? Maybe not the one for you, or at least not the one for you at this moment. But if we keep doing this and doing this, like I said, you're going to end up with a bunch of half-written books, and they start to feel overwhelming, and it doesn't make you feel like you've really accomplished what you set out to do. So here are some tips for you to handle all the amount of ideas that you have when maybe you don't have all the time to do them right this second. So what to do with your ideas? Keep tabs on all of them. Maybe some are just really off the cuff and isn't something that you normally do. You think of this really interesting fantasy fiction basic plot line or character. Write down whatever comes to your brain. I think that that is going to be really awesome, because maybe that's something that'll be incorporated into a future project somehow, or maybe that'll be your very next project. So definitely keep tabs on all these really interesting ideas. Maybe some will lead somewhere and maybe some won't, but you want to catch everything that's coming your way and really consider if it's something that you want to spend a little more time on or not. Another one, I would start to write like the premise of some of the ideas that are coming to your head. Write a paragraph, 2 paragraphs, a couple pages, whatever feels really inspiring to you. And you know that if you just keep going and going and going and going and going, that's maybe a project that you are excited about and you want to see through. Follow your inspiration, follow your intuition of where your gut is leading you to be the most successful, creative, happy, whatever you're going for. Another really interesting idea is maybe start 2 projects at the same time. I know that some people that would just sound completely overwhelming. One-track mind, focus on this project, but not everyone. And maybe not you. Maybe you think that sounds ridiculous, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually kind of the key to keeping you productive and interested in everything that you're doing, is spreading your time a little bit over here and a little bit over here. Something to try, an interesting thought. I plan on trying that myself, actually, just to see if it's worth it for me. You don't know until you try a lot of the times, right? Also, if you have a really good idea, see if you can collaborate with someone else, right? Maybe you have this really awesome idea for a blog post, let's say. but you don't have all the information that you need. Maybe it seems a little big and overwhelming. Maybe it's a series of several blog posts. Maybe it can turn into a course. A lot of entrepreneurs in that way love to think of different courses and things that really ignite their interests. So I would say maybe think of someone else who does this or would be interested in, and that way all of everything doesn't just fall on you. So think about collaboration if that's a possibility. Also, I would schedule out, if you're not talking necessarily about books, maybe you're talking about or smaller ebooks, or maybe just short stories, or maybe different blog posts. Like I said, keep them all together in one, notebook, journal, note on your phone, whatever feels best for you. But then be able to schedule that out, in your blog, regimen. If you've got one, if you keep a steady blog, oftentimes, you post once, twice every day, whatever it is, you can then have so much content for your social media, for your blog, your projects, anything like that. Maybe you're months ahead. That is really something that I know every entrepreneur and creative likes to do, who wants to keep a schedule of their things and doesn't, relying on inspiration in the moment isn't always the best way to go. So that is just one way to organize your ideas when maybe you don't have all the time to dedicate to them right now. So here are just some tips for creating a little more time in your art, or for your art, that maybe you haven't thought of before. Let me preface this by saying that I am not a mother. I don't have children. We lead a beautiful, wonderful child-free life with awesome nieces and nephews, but I don't have to wake little ones up from school. I decided not to do that in my life. So this is a perspective that I'm coming from. However, I have worked with mostly people who have children. And so we've talked about these things a lot. And I've really gotten to see from my own clients what works for them. And there's a whole bunch of different things that they've tried out and have literally told me that this has worked and this hasn't worked and all of that. So some things I want to share with you. Get up 30 minutes early. Sometimes, I know this is probably one of the things that people say immediately is get up earlier, but a lot of times people say get up an hour earlier, get up 2 hours earlier. Well, if you're going to an office, getting the kids ready, all this stuff, maybe wake up 30 minutes earlier, maybe wake up 15 minutes earlier to write a couple sentences and keep your day on. You're still making progress. And it's better than not making progress at all and just thinking about it and not doing anything about it all the time. I would also say squeeze in your writing every now and then as soon as you can. So you've got a 10-minute, 15-minute break from work. Get on your phone, jump it on, and continue on with your writing, with whatever your project is that you're doing at that moment. Almost make it like a love affair. You would do anything to see that person as often as possible, even just for a couple minutes. So try to get that passion for whatever you're working on in your writing. Also, there's so much time that we spend maybe watching TV or movies with our family when we're just relaxing at night. This is great. I know a lot of people say you could be doing so much more, but it's a big way for us to rest. We have so much information coming at us constantly all day that watching a movie and relaxing, or watching a TV sitcom, is a good way to kind of power down our brain. But if you find yourself, needing to, or really, really wanting to find more time to write your book, and that overpowers just the desire to shut down for a little while, put in some earbuds while your family is listening to a movie and focus on your own writing. Put in some music that you find inspirational for whatever you're working on at that moment, and laser into what you're working on. This is a time where you can physically be with your family and be around, and they feel that closeness, but you don't have to be completely lasered into that movie. And let's be honest, you're probably on your phone anyway. So there's just another sneaky time that you can do this. I would also say, final one, on your days off, just schedule it. Just say on a Saturday morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to the coffee shop for 45 minutes and I'm going to work on my computer and then I'm going to come back home and we're going to do the whole family thing the whole day or whatever you had planned. But no progress is frustrating and it creates like stuck energy in our body and we become frustrated, kind of feel like failures over time. Like, I've got all these ideas, but I just don't do anything. We just blame, I don't have time. Look, if you are a new parent taking care of a little one anywhere, where they can't really just entertain themselves and they have to constantly be watched or whatever, this is different, right? This is maybe not the time for you to really hardcore focus on your writing, or because why I say this, because people tend to beat yourself up really intensely because you didn't do, all the things you're supposed to while your body's still recovering from having a baby and the baby's awake, or, the 1-2-year-old can't just be left unsupervised and they only nap for a little bit. So I just want to say, have grace with yourself and put it in where you can. Your artistic time, schedule that in as you can. But the point is not to stress yourself out, to beat yourself up, nothing like that. This is creativity. This is just ideas for us to do something with all those extra ideas and thoughts and emotions that maybe you hadn't thought about before. I would love to hear what works for you. Like I said, please give us a like and a subscribe and let me know what you are working on or anything else that you would like to hear in this Immerse Yourself in Writing playlist. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.